And taking a look at the first level, it already looks really amazing. To see the obvious thing that you can notice is that this river that is made by a bunch of 1x2 tiles and just a lot of tadpoles. Well, not a lot of tadpoles, but a bunch of just green leaves and bushes, just to make it look more natural. And I really do like the first level a lot, more than the other two floors, because it just even though this tile work was a bit repetitive and you had to put over, I think I had to make like, I think there's like over 100 tiles that I had to put. It just looks very good overall. There is a little bit of depth that you can see. This part looks deeper than the other ones. On this side, you can see it just looks really cool. Um, Over here you can just see a little bit of the green that is a part of the bushes over here, but on the inside you can see that it's just completely, you can see a black plate to show that it's deeper underwater. And as you can see over here, these are tadpoles. These are actually supposed to be the color palettes for, I think, the painter minifigure. And they've just recolored it in green completely to make it look like a tadpole, which is very nice. I think first, I remember back at the time they released it, I feel like these things were supposed to cover up the bridge. I don't know why they would do that, but it just felt like it would be able to just cover it up completely. But of course, the ball joint over here, it's not this way. It is just sideways like this. So that's the limit it can go, but that's fine. I don't know why I thought that was a function. I think I was thinking about another set. And you can see there are two stickers over here, and there's also a sticker over here. There's just a bunch of stickers over here. I wish these were printed because it does look like it's perfect, but I do feel like I messed up a little bit, especially on the second floor and third floor. You'll see like that I kind of messed up some of the stickers. Which it's actually a big deal for me when it comes to sets that have stickers. But yeah, I don't really know the name specifically because I have to look through the book. But obviously, most of these are generic minifigures, and they're supposed to be citizens. But obviously, I know all like Lloyd and Kai, obviously. But some of these are just, you'll see they're just citizens. And this is just, I think, a fisher, or yeah, just an old man. He has a frog in the back, and he does have just his normal attire, and then the straw hat. And the suit continues, or the robe he's wearing continues over to his legs, and that's really cool. He just comes with a staff, a wood staff, I presume. And yeah, that's this part of the first floor. Now I don't really know what this is. It was just blank. I had to put bricks behind it. I don't know what they're for or what that room is. But I mean, it's part of a larger store, which is this one is just I can't read this writing obviously. And I don't really remember what's behind this, but as far as I can see, there is a telephone booth in this area over here, and the tile over there, 1x1 tile is printed, but sadly the phone number or the number kind of digit pad thing or keypad is a sticker, and that's just a telephone booth. And these are two more of the citizens. One is just a girl with a frog, and another one is I think it's a daughter and mother. That's all I know. And yes, I don't think any of these have double-sided faces. I wish they would have. Well, actually, yeah, this one does. And you can see the printing over here is also very nice on the torso. And you can see it's really cool that they use one of those, I think those kind of click joints as to make it look like this is a sewer and there's like sewage water pouring out. And there's like moss all over. That's really cool how they did that detail. And this is also a sticker over here. And this window piece, this technique is really unique because this is just two of those kind of slope pieces, four of them actually. And you just put two of those pieces like there. You just hold it there. There's nothing holding it besides I think that's stopping it. I think the bracket, that's all that's stopping it. But other than that, they just leave it like that. And on the back of the first section, you do see these two pins, just these Black Technique pins, the standard ones. Maybe you can actually, obviously no one would do this, but I feel like you would have to buy like one or two more, just to make it like a bigger city. Because as you can see on the top over here, there is another one of those, but without the pin. So I think that's the intention, but no one would want to spend straight up $600 or more, just to create a bigger and larger city. And that's part of the bottom floor. And over here is where it gets interesting. You can see a lot more of the river, and you can see, you can open the door and you can see there's a cleaner bot inside. This is actually, yeah, just a normal cleaner bot. You do see the newer form of the straw hat, just made for this movie. And he's just the bathroom cleaner, I guess. There's nothing too special about him. And you can see this is the fisherman. Well, yeah, this is the fisherman. I feel like I said the other one is the fisherman. But this is the fisherman. You can see there's nothing too special about him. He has the standard hairpiece we've seen at least 1,000 times. So there's nothing new about him. And this is his little boat. So there's nothing cool about that, but it is very nice to make it look like it is just flowing through the water. So that's a really cool detail. And over there in the back is just a little fish market, which I can't really show up close because I remember like I can take each section off separately. But apparently you can't do that. But over here on the side for the first floor, you can actually just move this up and down, and you can just move them to the floor or the next floor you want to. And yeah, that's level 1. Now we can move on to level 2. It does get a little bit more interesting now, since the first floor is just basically all about just like nature and how it's just supposed to look like that, all the water and all that. But this is where like basically the city word comes from. And to start off over here, this is actually, well, starting off with this is just a target or just a kind of logo. I don't know what this is. Yeah, target practice, I guess. A bunch of stickers over here, which I'm not really fond of because I still kind of made it crooked. This is also a sticker. Actually, I had to do 4 of them. But this is basically like an advertisement, a digital advertisement kind of. And if you want to swap them out, you take it out, and then you replace them with 3 more that you can just take over here. And this is the sticker that I'm really disappointed about because it's a little bit crooked. I'm supposed to make it straight like that, but it made it a little crooked. I can't do anything about that unless I get a new sticker. But this one is, I don't know why they make it a mix of English or the Ninjago movie language. I don't know which language they use. Same with this one also. But yeah, this one, it says tired of walking 40,000. And then this says Galador, the old theme that didn't do very well. And there's also the brick separator is what, it's pretty obvious. You can see the little technique piece, an axle piece. And yeah, those are the 3 posters you can swap out with and just slide them in there. But you know, if you just want to keep the one that is suggested in the set that you have to put in, it's this one. So if you want to keep that, you can just keep that and then store the rest of the 3 in there. So I mean, it's cool when you put in the posters, this thing just stands up. That's really cool. There's also a little bit of this window technique. I always like it when we have to do a different technique for the windows. It's just really different and unique. And now moving on, you can see over here, actually one of my favorite ones is also this little kind of jelly kind of technique. I think it's supposed to be some kind of sushi bar. Well, the sushi bar is on the top level. But I think this is just a kind of aquarium or just a food place. It's just really nice. I've never seen this technique before, but you basically just put in a bunch of 1 by 1 round tiles and just align them side by side like that. And that was like the best experience that I've had, because we've never actually seen this technique being used in this much of a creative way. And I really like that. And over here you can see this is Lloyd's suit. Obviously there's no one in it. It's just a clear minifig head. And sometimes it's hard to put on the new masks, can't find it properly. And yeah, that's the green suit. And this is Citizen Lloyd. I really like this minifigure in particular because it's just Lloyd, just with his citizen and just his normal attire. And you can see on one side it's the happy face, another side it's just a kind of, I don't know, doubtful face. And you can see the zipper jacket, and you can see a little bit of his jacket goes on top of his belt, so that's really cool. And then you can see Coco, or Misako. They've changed probably her origin story, or just how she looks overall. And I really like this look way better because you can see the chopsticks in the hair, and just she looks a lot better. And obviously there's no printing on the legs. On the torso, of course, you can see the jacket and a little kind of necklace. And I think there's also, a winking face on the other side. If I can, and that's really cool. And the hairpiece, they've done really well with all the new hairpieces for the Ninjago movie. And the store, I don't know how to take it and look it on the inside, but obviously we can look at it from the back. But yeah, this is a brick built crab over here on the front, and over here I've put Kai. He's also just a citizen version of himself. I wish they put in a citizen version of every ninja, but only Kai, Lloyd, and Jay in his suit is there. So they just kind of had a mix of everything without Zane and Cole. And on the other side you can see his kind of happy, or kind of admitting face, kind of, or just a guilty face. And then he's holding a croissant. And then on the other side, there's also, you can see the continuation of the crab restaurant, and you can see a girl with an umbrella. Another one of the generic minifigures, or just a city minifigure. And there's nothing interesting about her. We have seen this torso before. I still remember the Horizon Express set. And then on the back you can see she just comes with sunglasses. Again, it's a good minifigure, but I just thought they would just cut down on the generic minifigures and added a little bit more minifigures from the Ninjago movie line. I guess like they could have added Sensei Wu, Nia. They could have had so much potential, but they added a bunch of citizens. And then another citizen also. I like the prints on the torso. That one was just an exception because that one was already there. This one is new. But again, the face is generic, I'm pretty sure. And then you can see a little bit of glare. I guess that's new because of the kind of glare effect that they've given, if you can see. And then on the back, there are no double-sided face, nothing. He does come with dollars. And speaking about dollars, or money in particular, there is a function. You do basically just go, I don't remember which way, if I can find the knob. Oh my, okay, so I'll have to turn it around. Wait, let me just look at it. Yeah, so there's a knob over here, and basically what you do is, actually I've done it the other way. That is a function for something else. Hold on. What you do is you basically just push this, if I can actually get it to work. Hold on. Turns out it was actually a little stuck. And another thing is I was, just activating the function for the other store. So basically, it broke again. Don't know why. It keeps breaking on me. But what is supposed to happen is you push this, and then the money is supposed to come out. And if it still doesn't work, yeah, there you go. You can see, you can just push it out, and basically 1 by 1, the money is just supposed to come out. You pull that one out. If I can show you, yeah, I'll just pull that down, and you just push it every time, and it'll just come out. That's a really neat function. And if you want to reload it, you can literally just put it back the way it was. Or you can just, when you've used up all of them, on the back there's actually, you can access it easier. I got it stuck a little bit, but on the back there is just a place where you can reload it. You have to open that up and then just reload it. But yeah, that's that. And over here, this is the function I was talking about. This was for the crab kind of thing. I need to take this off properly. Oh, so it can come off. So now that we have that whole thing off, I can show you a little bit more on the inside. And this is what it looks like on the inside of the chef place or the crab restaurant. And basically over here, if you open it up, you can see the cooked or uncooked. I'm pretty sure this is the cooked one. I turned it over because I told you the money thing I was figuring out. So when you flip this, it turns, and this is supposed to be the uncooked one. So when you close it, you flip it over, and then there you go, it's cooked. So I love that function also, because all the functions in this set have been done really well. And it's just really fun to play with over and over again. You can just, you know, have fun with it. And on the side over here, you get the golden pan, a hammer, Mjolnir. Yeah, just kidding. It's just a hammer, another hammer. And then there's also a saw over here. And then over here, you can see this is just the chef. And over there are seats. And you can, this place is kind of, it's closed. But yeah, you can leave it over here. On the inside, there is a banana and a golden banana. If you open that up, you can see there's a banana and a golden banana. And then you can just put him back there and let him do his business. Before I go and continue to the comics shop, I forgot to tell you, there's nothing complicated. You just, to refill it, you just do this, and there you go. The bucks are right there. And refill it. That's just a quick thing. This is a sticker, and there's another sticker in there too. And as far as the comics shop goes, you can see, I don't know why they chose to do this. I can't even open the door because they've added another layer of plates over there. I just don't know what the purpose of that was. But if you can see on the inside, it's just a lot more cooler. If I can put it over here. If you look at it on the inside, there's just a lot of stuff. If I can get, yeah, they're not really there. But yeah, there's a bunch of trophies. You do get one extra of each of these different colored trophies, which is really nice. And another a reference to the Lego movie, you know, the cat poster. Believe that's a sticker. I wish that was printed though. And there's just other stuff that you would find in a comic book store. You can see just tiny little details. If I can turn it around and show you the other side, because there's a lot more stuff. There's a diamond ring over here, just a cube, and then a unicorn ring, and then a yellow frog, and there's also copies of, oh, maybe I can actually take this off. There you go. Now that's a lot more easier. And now you can clearly see, there are 4 copies of Starfarer. I think that's a reference to the TV show. And there's definitely a lot more references in this than I actually expected. You can see over there, that is actually, this one is, I think, one of the Stone Warriors. The yellow figure over there is one of the Stone Warriors. And then there is more references on the bottom, actually. I can just take this out. You can see this is just a normal man. This is just, I think this is Kai. If I can see properly. Yeah, that's, I think this, I'm not really sure what that is. This is, yeah, the soldier. This is actually Garmadon. It's blue. This is just another man. Two of these two stickers, or these two details, Easter eggs, were actually one of the funnest things that I've seen. This one is obviously Laval from Chima, and this one's Unikitty from the Lego Movie. So, you know, adding those two stickers was actually a really nice detail there. And once you put it back, you can just do that and just put it right back, and there you go. That is level 2 for you. Well, I guess level 2.5, or actually that is 2 and this is 2.5, because this is basically level 2 over here. And when you turn it around, yeah, these flowers, this bush is also very nicely done, by the way, but that it's not that cool. But over here, this is actually where Lloyd lives. This is his house. I can take it apart, I guess. If I can take off the roof. Yeah, I can't. Wait, hold on. Yeah, basically you're supposed to take off the roof, or yeah, take this off. As far as Lloyd's house goes, this is it. Just, I think the bottom of his house is the blossom tree. That is all. And on his house itself is like the size of a cottage. It's not too big. It's not big at all, actually. Which is really disappointing. I thought his house would be a lot bigger, because it looked like in the trailers, it looked like he had like a really big house. Well, not that big, but still it kind of looked big. And once you open it, yeah, you can't see it properly over here, but once you take it off, that's basically it. Like, you have a bunch of books over there, just a shelf, I think a microwave also, and then a bunch of other figurines that he's put there, and this is just his 2-layer bed, or double-decker bed, or bunk bed, and then there's a sticker in the back over there. So that's how interesting his home is. The only interesting thing about this section of the whole city is that the way they made the roof is like really unique. Usually they don't make it like this. This is the first time. And you put this back. Usually it's hard to find out which way you put it, but yeah, you take that off. Well, you put it back on. And then as far as the little mall section of the city goes, this is it. Over here you can see there's a few hats, a skateboard, a bunch of cell phones. They're printed, actually. And then there's also these orange things. There's orange hats. And on the other side, you can see there are these different costumes or helmets. And then over here, that's, I think, the Woo Crew costume. There's 2 of them, one on each side. But the helmets or the masks don't make any sense. They have no correlation with the suit itself. And yeah, that's finally floor or level 2. And now we're going to move on to level 3. And finally, level 3. This is obviously supposed to be the roof, so the roof detail is very nice. It does come separately, this part. It's kind of unfortunate that this thing barely stays up, because it like has fallen 2 or more times. Every time I try to pick it up, I have to take it off separately, because obviously it's just the 2x2 tiles with a stud. Usually those things don't work very well. I mean, it does work for larger buildings, but just one stature, it doesn't really work. But that's fine. This is actually the bathroom. But as far as the 3rd or level 3 goes, there's nothing too special. There's the sushi bar, which you can turn it around and like serve all the sushi if you want. There's a fish, there's a cleaver. This is just a generic bad guy. He does not have a name. This is Rufus McAllister. I'm pretty sure that's his name. And he does look exactly the same, like how he does look in the TV show, except he wears his signature orange shirt in the TV show. And then you get this kid over here, but the cool thing is, have a you know, a shirt that has Lloyd on it from the TV show. That's really cool. And if you turn over his head, he has a sad face. And the last one, last minifigure is the female cop. Obviously, no double-sided face. But yeah, as far as the third level goes, or level 3, I really love these two builds, definitely. The squid over here, it's just a really unique build. And the pufferfish is just what made my day, because it was just a really unique build. And I didn't expect it to turn out like this with the build that goes with it. And yeah, the pufferfish is also a highlight. And now, yeah, there's a few stickers over here. There's also a chef hat and a mustache here. I don't know what those are supposed to be. I think you're supposed to put that on the chef, I guess. I don't remember. But once you take that off, you have the final section, which is still level 3, but this is what makes it look really nice. The detail is very nice over here. It does split into 2 pieces. One is obviously the bathroom. You open this up, you can see there's a toilet over there, toilet roll, a sink, and even a mirror. So that's really cool. Don't know what that cherry piece is supposed to represent, but it's okay. And yeah, the top, there's nothing too special, and it also even separates into a third piece, I think. Well, yeah, that'll split it up completely. But yeah, other than that, this set was really a blast to build. It did take a long time, but it was well worth the time, actually, because it did look very well in the end. But other than that, thank you for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe.